Some games aren't just good, they earn every dollar you spend. Today, we're looking at 15 PS5 games that truly deliver unforgettable gameplay, insane production value, and experiences that feel worth every single penny. Instead of throwing you straight into combat, Monster Hunter Wilds takes a moment to establish its world. This is the most alive the series has ever felt. Vast open regions shift dynamically, weather directly affects monster behavior, and ecosystems react naturally to your presence. You're not just hunting creatures anymore, you're stepping into their territory. The story plays a more noticeable role this time, centered on exploration, discovery, and humanity's fragile balance with nature. Rather than relying on long cutscenes, the narrative unfolds organically through the environment, NPCs, and the outcomes of your hunts, creating a more immersive and grounded experience. Gameplay pushes the classic formula forward without losing its core identity. Combat is faster and more fluid, with monsters adapting mid-fight and environments actively shaping encounters. Seamless traversal, mounts, and smarter tools keep the pace strong and the hunts unpredictable. Every weapon feels refined, and every battle demands attention. Monster Hunter Wilds isn't just another sequel. It's a confident evolution of the hunt, designed to keep players learning, adapting, and always craving one more mission. Right from the start, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 sets itself apart by blending classic turn-based RPG structure with a strikingly modern presentation. Set in a surreal, painterly world ruled by the mysterious paintress, the story revolves around a cruel ritual. Every year, she paints a number, and everyone of that age simply disappears. Expedition 33 is formed to stop her, fully aware it may be a one-way journey. The narrative is heavily character-driven, focusing on themes like mortality, sacrifice, and defiance against an inevitable fate. Dialogue and world-building are delivered with a cinematic touch, making every conversation feel purposeful rather than expository. It's a story that slowly tightens its grip as you progress. Gameplay modernizes turn-based combat with real-time elements layered into attacks and defenses, demanding timing and attention instead of passive menu selection. Positioning, skill synergy, and enemy patterns matter, keeping battles engaging from start to finish. Combined with its bold art direction and emotional weight, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 feels like a fresh statement on what story-driven RPGs can be today. At its core, Split Fiction is a co-op game about contrast, not just in gameplay, but in the worlds it throws at you. Mio and Zoe, two writers with very different creative styles, are pulled into their own unfinished stories, constantly shifting between sci-fi and fantasy realities that reflect their clashing personalities. This setup drives both the narrative and the moment-to-moment experience. The story focuses on dialogue, character chemistry, and gradual emotional growth, using humor and tension to keep things engaging. Each chapter introduces a new theme and tone, making the adventure feel unpredictable and creative instead of repetitive. Gameplay is built entirely around cooperation. Each player has distinct abilities, and progress depends on timing, communication, and teamwork. Puzzles, platforming, and action sections evolve constantly, ensuring no idea overstays its welcome. Split Fiction stands out by blending story and gameplay seamlessly, delivering a co-op experience that feels inventive, dynamic, and genuinely memorable. Far from being just a sequel, Hollow Knight's Silksong flips the perspective and throws you into an entirely new journey, this time through the eyes of Hornet. Captured and taken to the mysterious kingdom of Farloom, she must climb, fight, and unravel secrets in a land shaped by silk, song, and ancient rituals. The story is more direct than the original Hollow Knight, but it still relies heavily on atmosphere and discovery. Farloom feels alive and hostile at the same time, filled with factions, strange cultures, and creatures that clearly follow rules you don't fully understand yet. Hornet herself is more vocal and expressive than the knight, giving the narrative a sharper sense of personality and purpose. Gameplay is where Silksong truly evolves. Hornet is faster, more agile, and far more aggressive, using acrobatic movement, quick strikes, traps, and tools crafted from silk. Combat rewards momentum and precision, while platforming is more demanding and vertical, constantly pushing players to master movement. Boss fights are intense, reactive, and designed around Hornet's speed. In the end, Silksong feels less like a return to Hallownest and more like a confident step forward, expanding everything that made the original unforgettable. Freedom is the core of Baldur's Gate 3, and the game makes that clear from the very start. You begin infected by a mysterious parasite that should slowly transform you into something else, yet it doesn't, creating an immediate sense of tension and curiosity. From there, the story unfolds through choices that genuinely matter, shaping the world, your companions, and even who survives. What truly elevates the experience is the cast. Every companion has strong personal motivations, inner conflicts, and story arcs that react to your decisions. Dialogue feels meaningful, and conversations can completely alter future events, relationships, and outcomes. Combat is turn-based and deeply strategic, rewarding smart positioning, environmental interaction, and creative solutions rather than brute force. Fights can be avoided, manipulated, or turned in your favor through clever planning. Exploration is dense and rewarding, constantly pushing you to experiment. Baldur's Gate 3 delivers a living RPG where every decision leaves a mark. Bleak, brutal, and unapologetically dark, Moonscars is a Metroidvania that leans heavily into atmosphere and precision combat. You play as Grey Irma, a Clayborn warrior searching for her creator in a world filled with decay, madness, and unsettling creatures. The story is intentionally cryptic, revealed through symbolism, fragmented dialogue, and environmental clues rather than exposition. Gameplay focuses on fast, high-risk combat. Attacks are sharp and responsive, with parries, spells, and special abilities playing a central role. Healing is limited and often tied to risk, forcing you to stay aggressive instead of playing safe. Exploration follows classic Metroidvania design, unlocking new paths as you gain abilities, while challenging bosses test your mastery of the combat system. Visually, the game stands out with its monochrome pixel art, heavy use of shadows, and grotesque character designs. Moonscars is not about comfort or hand-holding, it's about tension, skill, and mood, delivering a dark Metroidvania experience that rewards players who embrace its harsh world. Pure joy wrapped in smart design, Astro Bot is a platformer that celebrates everything fun about video games. Instead of relying on difficulty or dark themes, the game shines through creativity, constant surprises, and incredibly polished gameplay. Every level feels handcrafted to introduce a new idea, use it in clever ways, and move on before it ever gets old. Gameplay is tight and responsive, built around precise jumps, gadgets, and playful interactions with the environment. Astro gains tools like jet boosts, spring-loaded punches, climbing mechanics, and gravity-based tricks that constantly change how you approach each stage. The DualSense features are used brilliantly, adding immersion through haptic feedback, motion controls, and adaptive triggers without ever feeling forced. While the story is light and simple, the real narrative comes from exploration and discovery. Hidden collectibles, secret challenges, and nostalgic references reward curious players who take their time. Visually, the game is colorful, expressive, and full of personality, making every area memorable. Silence, atmosphere, and emotion drive Planet of Lana from its very first moments. Instead of overwhelming the player with dialogue, the game tells its story visually, placing you in a peaceful world suddenly shattered by an alien invasion. Lana's journey is quiet, but every step forward carries weight as she searches for her sister across a land that no longer feels safe. Gameplay blends cinematic platforming with light puzzles, focusing heavily on timing, observation, and cooperation with Mui, Lana's small but essential companion. Many challenges revolve around coordinating movements, distracting enemies, activating mechanisms, and understanding how hostile machines patrol each area. Combat is intentionally absent, reinforcing the feeling of vulnerability and pushing the player to think creatively rather than aggressively. The art direction is one of the game's strongest elements, with hand-painted environments that feel alive, shifting from serene natural landscapes to oppressive mechanical zones. Animation and sound design work together to create tension without relying on constant action. Music swells subtly at key moments, guiding emotion rather than dominating it. Set in a world that feels broken long before it explains itself, AI Limit drops you into the ruins of a fallen civilization where silence, debris, and abandoned machines carry more weight than exposition. You take control of a Blader, a synthetic being wandering through the remains of humanity, trying to understand what went wrong and what still deserves to exist. The story is told in fragments, relying on environmental storytelling, subtle interactions, and scattered lore rather than long cutscenes. Themes like identity, artificial life, and purpose are explored slowly, rewarding players who pay attention to details and atmosphere instead of rushing forward. On the gameplay side, AI Limit delivers tight, skill-focused combat inspired by Souls-like design, but with a key difference. There's no traditional stamina bar. Instead, the game uses a synchronization system that encourages controlled aggression, smart timing, and constant engagement. Combat feels fast, deliberate, and punishing in the right way, while exploration and progression reinforce a strong sense of tension and discovery. The result is a sci-fi action RPG that values precision, mood, and player mastery over flashy excess. Chaos is not a side effect here, it is the core design. Helldivers 2 throws you into large-scale planetary conflicts where every mission feels unpredictable, lethal, and hilariously unforgiving. You are not a chosen hero. You are a disposable soldier fighting for managed democracy in a galaxy that absolutely does not care if you survive. Gameplay shifts the series into a third-person perspective, making firefights more visceral and positioning far more important. Missions are objective-based and designed around cooperation, friendly fire always on, and constant pressure from overwhelming enemy forces. Calling in stratagems, airstrikes, turrets, mechs, and supply drops requires precise inputs under fire, often turning simple actions into moments of pure panic. The real brilliance comes from how systems collide. Enemies swarm dynamically, weather conditions affect visibility and accuracy, and one wrong move can wipe an entire squad. Success depends less on individual skill and more on coordination, communication, and adapting on the fly when plans fall apart. Magic isn't just a setting, it's woven into every moment of Hogwarts Legacy. You start as a newly enrolled student with a mysterious ability to perceive ancient magic, and from the very first spell you cast, the game hooks you with a sense of wonder and discovery. Far from just exploring classes and corridors, you'll unravel hidden secrets beneath the castle, confront dark forces rising in the world, and make choices that shape your reputation and destiny within the wizarding community. The story balances personal growth with epic stakes. You'll form friendships, uncover forgotten lore, and face moral dilemmas that influence how others see you. It feels like stepping into a living version of the wizarding world, not just visiting it. Gameplay blends open-world exploration with intuitive combat and deep progression. Spellcasting is dynamic and rewarding. Combining attack spells with defensive charms and environmental interactions keeps fights engaging. Outside combat, alchemy, creature care, and exploration fill the hours with meaningful variety. The world around Hogwarts, from the Forbidden Forest to Hogsmeade, feels richly layered and alive, encouraging you to explore every corner. For PC players, there's an extra bonus. Hogwarts Legacy is currently available for free on the Epic Games Store. Fear and tension return in full force with Resident Evil 4 Remake, a reimagining that modernizes a classic without losing what made it iconic. Instead of relying only on nostalgia, the game rebuilds the experience with a darker tone, tighter pacing, and a much heavier emphasis on survival horror from the very first encounter. The story follows Leon on a mission to rescue the president's daughter in a remote European village. But the remake deepens the narrative, giving characters more weight and making the threats feel more disturbing and grounded. Familiar moments are reworked, surprises hit harder, and the atmosphere is far more oppressive than before. Gameplay is where the remake truly shines. Combat is more deliberate, with smarter enemies that push aggressively and force constant repositioning. Resource management matters again, and every bullet feels valuable. Exploration rewards curiosity, while upgrades and weapon customization add meaningful progression. The new mechanics blend perfectly with modern controls, making encounters intense without losing balance. Death is not a failure in Returnal, it's the core of the experience. From the moment Selene crash lands on the hostile planet Atropos, the game makes it clear that survival means learning, adapting, and pushing forward despite constant loss. The story is told in fragments, environmental clues, and unsettling visions, slowly revealing Selene's connection to the planet and the psychological weight of being trapped in an endless cycle. Instead of straightforward exposition, Returnal leans into mystery and interpretation, letting players piece together its haunting narrative over time. Gameplay blends fast, fluid third-person shooting with roguelike structure. Every run reshapes the world, enemy placements, and rewards, forcing you to master movement, dodging, and precise aiming. Combat is aggressive and rhythmic, encouraging players to stay mobile while managing upgrades, weapons, and parasites that can help or hinder progress. Boss fights are spectacular tests of skill, combining bullet hell patterns with intense audiovisual design. Even after defeat, permanent progression systems ensure each attempt feels meaningful. And that's the list. These are games that don't just look good or play well, they commit to the experience, respect your time, and reward every minute you put into them. Leave a like if this list helped you, and subscribe for more hand-picked games that are actually worth playing.